Right, obesity video part 2. Here you can see I've underlined a couple of items under the exercise modifications section. Again, don't let this detract from the other areas of the text that are still, again, fair game, but these are items to emphasize and make sure that you consider, especially when programming exercise for those clients with obesity. You can see that they're predisposed to certain musculoskeletal injuries at certain areas of the body. You may want to go about your training in a specific way, for example, in bullets 2 and 3, and the redistribution of weight or the fact that some of their weight gets in the way during movement patterns may lead them to exercising through the wrong movement patterns or having to make adjustments when in machines that is not conducive to the correct movement patterns. And this could cause the client this could exacerbate pains at certain joints that they may already have, or even create new pains at certain joints that they didn't have before. So certain machines may either cause pain or maybe even not be usable because their functional mobility is so limited, with their weight getting in the way or causing them to redistribute and manipulate their body in a way that's not conducive to the exercise. And going forward, you see a couple of other items here. NEPA is non-exercise physical activity. Also consider the acronym NEAT. You might see that again. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Here we're talking about the type of activity that the client does but does not necessarily program. So we're looking at walking around, climbing the stairs, things that are not on the workout list. Then you see a couple of other items here. Again, note these particular modifications and contraindications for exercise, because these are the types of things that you'll need to consider when you're working with people who have obesity. To this page, we see I've made a note here on the percentage of body fat. While BMI is often used and a great tool for classifying obesity and when working with and drawing and assessing clients with obesity and drawing baselines for obesity, body fat percentage can still absolutely be used and should be used if possible. It's still a more direct assessment of body fat percentage. But calipers are not the best tool, as you can imagine running somebody, an obese client who is carrying an extra 100 pounds through skin fold tests is not going to be very feasible. So we might use something called bioelectrical impedance, where we send an electrical signal through their body using a handheld device or a scale that they stand on. And this will give us a pretty good measure of their percentage of body fat. So you can use either BMI or their body fat percentage, considering that we're not using calipers in this particular case where we normally would, but we're using a bioelectrical impedance device.